In a tangle of arms, legs, and wings, Kirsty struggled to free herself. Rachel zoomed down to help. "Are you okay?" Rachel asked, giving her a hug. "I'm fine," said Kirsty, bubbling with excitement. "This has given me an idea that I really think might work." She told Rachel and Mary her plan, and then the three of them took their positions. The other goblins were still arguing when Rachel and Kirsty flew towards the goblin with the charm. "I don't think you can hit us with those tennis balls," said Rachel in a loud voice. "Your aim isn't good enough." "My aim is perfect," the goblin squeaked. "You'd better get out of the way or I'll flatten you both like pancakes." "Oh no you won't," said Kirsty with a laugh. "You're not quick enough." Carefully so that the goblin didn't even realize it was happening, Rachel and Kirsty led him closer to the net. He flung more balls at them, but they dodged them all and laughed until the goblin became so angry that his eyes nearly popped out of his head. "Stay still," he hissed, stepping even closer to the net. Rachel glanced sideways and saw Mary hiding beside the net. The sharing fairy held up one finger, meaning that she needed the goblin to come just one step closer. Rachel and Kirsty fluttered backward. "I've seen tennis balls being hit much harder and faster than this," said Rachel. With a yell of rage, the goblin took another step forward. Then Mary waved her wand, and the tennis net flung itself into the air and wound around the goblin, rolling him up in it like a mummy. Within seconds, all that could be seen of the goblin were his angry face and his enormous feet. "Grr," he said, baring his teeth at the fairies. "Let me go, you flying pest." "You know what we want," said Mary. "Give me my charm and I'll let you go." "I'll share some tennis balls with you," the goblin offered. "You can even use my racket." "The charm," said Rachel, folding her arms across her chest. "I'll let you have all the tennis balls," the goblin exclaimed, "and you can keep both rackets." "None of those things are even yours to give away," said Kirsty. "Give us the charm and Mary will set you free." "I don't believe you," said the goblin, looking grumpy. "Kirsty and I never tell lies, and neither do the fairies," said Rachel. "You can trust us to keep our promises." "You can take all the goblins prisoners," shouted the goblin, sounding desperate now. "You can lock them in the dungeons and feed them moldy bread." "We don't have dungeons in Fairyland, and I don't want prisoners," said Mary. The only one thing I want, the charm that you and Jack Frost stole from me. Give it back and things will return to normal." "What if I don't like normal?" the goblin wailed. "Then change it," said Kirsty. "You don't have to do everything that Jack Frost says, you know." The goblin closed his eyes and made a horrible face. Then he opened his eyes again. "Fine," he said. "I guess you three don't care how much trouble I'm going to get into for this." The fairies didn't reply, but they watched as the goblin wriggled and jiggled around. It wasn't easy because his arms were pressed tightly against his sides, but at last they were tinkling a sound as something fell out of the bottom of the tennis net rack. The fairies dove towards it and saw the precious yin-yang charm. The goblin had managed to unhook it. "At last," said Mary, picking up the charm, which shrank to fairy size. "Oh, I was starting to worry that I would never get it back." She hooked it to her bracelet and tapped the tennis net with her wand. Immediately the net unwound itself at top speed, sending the goblin staggering dizzily across the tennis courts towards the other goblins. He crashed into them and they all fell down together like dominoes. The tennis net returned to its usual position, and the fairy saw the goblins start to bite their fingernails. "Jack Frost is going to be so angry with us," said one. "That's two magical objects that we lost now," said another. "He'll be furious. What are we gonna do?"